This is where a lot of BANDLAB mixes go wrong.
Everybody hollering gang these days.
It just sounds loud. There's no room. You can't really hear nothing. There's no space. Most BANDLAB artists, when they mix their vocals, they never turn the beat down. They're always looking for a preset to make the vocals louder than the beat or blend with the beat. First thing, you need to turn the beat down. A good stage is going under -6 dBs. But a lot of beats that people get, they're not mixed or mastered, right? So it's going to be a lot of different variables here. The thing is, we need to focus on the vocals. So we have a lead here and we have some ad-libs here. So let's check it again.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days.
So we hear the vocals a little bit better. So we're actually headed in the right direction because the goal of a mix is to get the vocals listenable, right? So we're gonna click here. Here's where it goes wrong. The first plugin that you put in your vocal chain is gonna set the stage for how you mix this vocal. It's a chain of order. What you put first is gonna affect what processes next and next and next and next. Most cases, most people that record in BANDLAB, they just got a preset. Make sure you check your preset and see that you do not have a compressor first, all right? Because that compressor is gonna alter how you hear things, right? We need to EQ first, then add compression. EQ, then compression. That's not just a me thing. You'll hear a lot of engineers talk about it like that. But if you gotta split the difference, they typically go with a multi-band or a dynamic EQ or something like that. So in this case, we can keep it simple with BANDLAB because everyone has access to like this graphic EQ because it's free. So when we do it, we need to understand the frequencies down here at the bottom. They correlate with our voice on a range. So if I need to roll off a little bit right here.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days.
So that thins my vocal out, right? But we don't need to take that much out of my vocal because we don't need it to be boomy and I'm still kind of getting over being sick. So it's like my voice is gonna be nasally kind of all over the place anyway. So one little thing, we could boost here a little bit, boost here a little bit, reduce this just a little bit, just little movements, nothing too crazy. Because I've seen a lot of BANDLAB sessions where they overdo it and it just totally kills the vocal, right?
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the trap shit? I just want the hoes and the money.
Definitely hear a difference. Night and day, the vocals sound clear, they pop a little bit more. So when we got that established, however we need to EQ, now we can move over to the compressor. Keep it real simple because BANDLAB artists, they don't really want to get into all the nerdy shit. So we're just gonna keep it simple. So we can go get the BA2A. This is a version of a iconic compressor, right? So it's simple. Keep it on compress. And it's got gain and we got squeeze. Kind of hard to fuck this up. But what you're gonna notice is that the compression is gonna enhance whatever we did with the EQ.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. I'll never be the same. What happened to the trap shit?
You hear that?
What happened to the trap shit? I just want the hoes and the money. I just want the hoes and the money. Yeah, I just want the hoes and the money.
So with this, it's really like the more you add the gain, the more you can squeeze it, right? So it's kind of like you kind of want to balance it out. You don't want to just overdo one side versus the other. So with your compression, you want to listen to shit to where it's not sounding like you're squeezing the life out of the vocal because most BANDLAB presets are recorded on terrible microphones. This is because most BANDLAB vocals are recorded on terrible microphones in terrible rooms. So the audio quality is going to be very, very crazy. So it's like you just want to make sure you're not overdoing any type of thing that's going to expose your flaws. Then after that, it's just choosing plugins that make sense. You could do another EQ. You could do a de-esser. That typically comes within like the first couple of plugins within a vocal chain, or some people might put it towards the end, but it typically comes after you've done EQ and some compression work. And there's not a guaranteed step on how hard you're supposed to hit the threshold for the de-esser.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same.
So let's turn these off so we can hear what it sounds like.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days.
Now with effects on.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. days.
Sound way cleaner. Now, let's take it a step further. What I like to do is add a little reverb. To me personally, I go to univerb because it's one knob and you can change the different ones. So now when I play this, listen.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the...
It's not overpowering anything. It's just there to kind of add a little depth to it. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You can add delay or not add delay, because if you overdo the delay, your mix can fall apart and everything will sound wrong. It'll sound cluttered. It's not supposed to sound like that, right? Especially if you got libs. So if we're mixing a lead, we technically don't need a delay, but we could put it, because what if we're not using the delay? So now let's say we got D-delay plus, we got filter echo plus, and we got ping pong delay. So if I choose this one and I hit play, listen what it sounds like on default.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang days.
So that's cluttering. That's not what we need. That's not a good move. So a lot of BANDLAB mixes kind of just set it and forget it type shit. And this is not this type shit. You know what I'm saying? So here, the mix is going to be your best friend, right? So you mix this down and you can turn the feedback down. Now listen.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days.
But the fourth, the timing, all that shit is off. Me personally, I always go half notes and then I run this cut off a little bit right here. Might mix it up a little bit. Might, you know what I'm saying? Might bring it up just a little bit. Now I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, everybody hollering gang these days. Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the trap shit? I just want the hoes on the money.
So that's cool. Now, let's put the libs on here so we can kind of hear what that sounds like with the libs, because we don't want to overdo too much shit without the libs getting some love, right?
Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. Never be the same. Never be the same. What happened to the trap? What happened to the trap? What happened to the trap? I just want the...
So as we see, my libs has nothing, right? So I'm starting over with a completely different preset, right? Most of the times, it could be okay for you to copy and paste your preset down, but in this case, no, that's not going to be the best move here. So what I'm going to do is because I just want it to be a little bit different, right? I don't want it to be the same or where it's like I got stuff competing against each other. We're just going to use the EQ. We're just going to do some little telephone effect type shits going on.
Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the trap? What happened to the trap? What happened to the trap shit?
So like that just sounds good right there already, and we ain't even get too much into nothing. So now let's see, go over here, add same thing. Like we can spring reverb, uni reverb. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the trap shit? I just want the hoes on the money. I just want the hoes on the money. Yeah, I just want the hoes on the money.
Widen that out a little bit.
Guess the streets, dog, will never be the same. What happened to the trap shit? What happened to the trap shit? I just want the hoes on the money. I just want the hoes on the money. Yeah, I just want the hoes on the money. Keep the frame. Want the hoes on the money. Keep the frame.
Simple. Like, and it didn't take long to mix that. Like, I just did that right there. It's just adding plugins, knowing what to add, what not to add. But it's like you want to take your time and understand that first plugin that you put is going to take you a long way. You just go down through the list, add the plugins that you want, take away the plugins that you don't, tweak and adjust the settings, right?